Daddy Donald posted, "Today, I am very pleased to announce the appointment of Kimberly Guilfoyle as the United States ambassador to Greece."
So what was my father's instinct as his life was on the line? Not to cower, not to surrender.
Listen, I get that I'm the son of a rich guy from New York. I understand that. My father has done a lot. You know, I've benefited from that as Hunter Biden has. The difference is we did that as a private company.
Did you hear about Trump Jr.'s new girlfriend? Apparently, he's traded in his Fox News Fiancée for a Palm Beach party girl. Talk about a family that can't keep it together. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now back to the video. Jimmy Kimmel's got the dirt on this mess, and boy, is it juicy. From Daddy Trump's temper tantrum to Junior's love life drama, this video's got more tea than Boston Harbor. Stick around to find out why the Trumps are making the Kardashians look like the Brady Bunch. Well, folks, it looks like the Trump family drama is heating up faster than a Mar-a-Lago pool party in July.
It's ballsy. Rarely do we get to see a pyramid scheme being built right in front of our eyes.
You've been very outspoken about how Hunter Biden has benefited from nepotism.
Yes.
And you say, "I wish my name was Hunter Biden. I could make millions off of my father's presidency."
Yeah. He's tough. He fights back. That's uncustomary for Republicans. The Democrats certainly aren't used to that. But when you've taken the incoming that he's taken...
Our favorite MAGA Romeo, Donald Trump Jr., is making waves again. But this time, it's not for his questionable hunting pics or Twitter meltdowns. Nope. Donnie Jr. is trading in his Fox News arm candy for a new flavor of the month. Remember when Junior and Kimberly Guilfoyle were the ultimate power couple of the MAGA world? They were like the Bonnie and Clyde of political punditry, minus the bank robberies, as far as we know. But it seems their love story has hit a few speed bumps. And by speed bumps, I mean a whole new girlfriend. Enter Bettina Anderson, the latest leading lady in the Trump family soap opera. Now, Bettina isn't your typical political groupie. She's more Palm Beach party girl than primetime conservative commentator. Picture less, let's make America great again, and more, let's make happy hour great again. Word on the street is that Donnie and Bettina have been spotted canoodling at various Palm Beach hotspots. They've been seen sharing lobster rolls at fancy restaurants and sipping overpriced cocktails at exclusive clubs. It's like a real-life episode of The Real Housewives of Mar-a-Lago, but with more spray tan and less actual housework. But what about poor Kimberly? Well, don't worry too much about her. Daddy Trump has a solution for everything, doesn't he?
To twist campaign finance laws and the federal equal time rule to declare that anti-Trump material broadcast by Saturday Night Live, Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, and others was somehow illegal.
My father has accomplished unprecedented things, whether it's all-time low unemployment for every group of individuals. You saw prison reform. I think you just did a piece on it while I was in the green room.
That the next American president has the courage to put the American people first once again.
In a move that screams nepotism with a side of Mediterranean vacation, Trump Sr. has reportedly suggested shipping Kimberly off to Greece as an ambassador, because nothing says, "Sorry my son dumped you," like a government-funded trip to the land of feta and philosophy, right? Now, you might be wondering, what does Papa Trump think about all this? Well, let's just say he's probably not thrilled about Junior's romantic musical chairs. After all, nothing says family values quite like swapping out your fiancé faster than you can say witch hunt. But hey, who are we to judge? Maybe Bettina is a foreign policy expert in disguise. Maybe she's secretly working on a breakthrough plan for world peace. Or maybe, just maybe, she's really good at golf and knows how to keep score without any creative accounting. In Trump world, that's practically a PhD. Well, folks, it looks like our favorite orange-tinted tweeter has been at it again. Papa Trump's been hammering away at his phone like it owes him money, and boy oh boy, is he mad. Seems like Jimmy Kimmel struck a nerve, and now we're all witness to a Twitter tantrum of epic proportions. So what's got Trump's tiny fingers in such a tizzy? Well, apparently, he's not a fan of Kimmel's comedy. Shocker, right? In true Trump fashion, he's unleashed a barrage of insults that would make a schoolyard bully proud. He's calling Kimmel a total loser and a failed comedian. Real creative there, Donnie. I guess when you're busy running a country into the ground, there's not much time left for coming up with clever insults. But here's the kicker.
JTJ has been engaged to Kimberly Guilfoyle since 2020, but he's been spotted numerous times, including last night with another woman with a Palm Beach socialite named Bettina Anderson.
When we got into international politics, the second my father won the presidency, he said, we will not do new foreign deals going forward.
We know what it's like to be confused and to be afraid. Long before the attempt on my father's life, every American I met was filled with fear and anxiety.
Trump's accusing Kimmel of being desperate for ratings. Talk about the pot calling the kettle orange. This is coming from the guy who turned the White House into a reality TV show. Maybe he's just jealous that Kimmel's getting more laughs than he is these days. Now, you might be wondering, how often is Trump tweeting? Well, according to Kimmel himself, Trump's Twitter fingers must be exhausted from all the tweeting. I mean, who needs sleep when you can spend all night ranting about late-night comedians, right? It's like he's trying to set a world record for most tweets sent while sitting on the toilet. But here's where it gets really interesting. Trump's tweets are getting weirder by the minute. He's now suggesting that Kimmel's jokes are a sign of the comedian's own insecurities. That's right, folks. The man who can't handle a single joke about his hair is now playing armchair psychologist. Kimmel, of course, couldn't resist pointing out the irony, calling it a classic case of psychological projection. I guess in Trump's world, everyone else is insecure. He's just surrounded by mirrors. And the public?
He wants to lock up the late-night host. I'm now imagining me and all the other late-night hosts in prison together like the mobsters in Goodfellas.
Hunter Biden utilized his father's vice presidency to magically end up on a board in Ukraine with a language he doesn't speak on a business he knows nothing about for $83,000 a month.
May I introduce Senator Laura Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, graduated with a BA in communications at NC State, studied at the French Culinary Institute, and worked as a personal trainer.
Oh, they're having a field day with this. The internet has exploded with memes and counter-tweets. One viral post declared, Kimmel just dropped the bombshell we all needed, which is basically internet speak for pass the popcorn. This is getting good. Kimmel, never one to back down from a fight, fired back with some zingers of his own. He started speculating about the logistics of Trump's threats against comedians. I mean, can you imagine a world where comedians get thrown in jail for their jokes? Sorry, officer, I didn't realize puns were a felony now. But here's the real cherry on top of this Twitter Sunday. In a rare moment of, well, let's call it self-awareness, Trump actually deleted some of his more inflammatory tweets. I know, I'm as shocked as you are. Maybe he finally realized that his social media strategy isn't exactly winning him any popularity contests. Or maybe his phone just ran out of battery. We may never know. Well, folks, it looks like the Trump family circus is the gift that keeps on giving. Who needs Netflix when you've got this bunch of clowns? But here's the kicker. If they can't handle a few jokes from a late-night host, how on earth are they supposed to handle running a country? It turns out, political satire isn't just about getting laughs. Research shows that viewers of comedy shows like Kimmel's are actually more clued in on current events. So while Trump's tweeting up a storm, the rest of us are getting educated and entertained. Talk about multitasking. But let's be real. The only wall Trump's building these days is between him and his sense of humor. Maybe if he spent less time rage tweeting and more time watching Kimmel, he'd learn a thing or two about running the country, or at least how to take a joke. Looks like Orange Turd needs to lighten up. And I'm not talking about his spray tan.